Welcome to Engineering Scale Models. I'm Jason, your host, and I do models. Today, I just want to share. I reorganized my bench for better use of working on my electronics and doing some projects, and I just wanted to share where I am. It's still got some mess and some stuff to clear up, but I just want to show you what I got so far. So I have the main overhead camera here. It's a little bright, so I can bring this up or down. It's on an arm. I have a microscope at my workbench. I have my writing tablet over here. It was in a different location. I have my side webcam here. I'll show you that there. And then I have my meters and power supply and this equipment right here. I have all that behind the microscope, all set up, randomly behind that. And then let's take this web camera off here, and we will show you in handheld. So there's one of my meters. There's the other meter. That's the meter that goes to the computer. Then my signal generator, oscilloscope, load, and then I have some components over there. I have my books of SMD components, storage for the switch I'm currently disassembling, my fume extractor, my hot tweezers there, and then I have some drawers with stuff, and I have some component storage there, solder. I have a little slot to slide my mat of screws for what I'm working on, some power banks, a USB power tester. There's the drawing tablet. And then if you come over here, I set up my soldering station over here next to my son's work area. So now I can just turn that on and I can put my soldering iron here, and I am good to go. Everything reaches just right there, out of the way there. So, and then, I have component storage there, component storage up there, some air, just, my mini tools in case I need to do some work like that. All set up there. Oh, and then I have this little boom arm thing here set up so you can see the thermal imaging camera on my phone that I have set up. Let me put this camera back to the side view here. So this will give you the side view of what I'm working on. I have lights in case I want to do a direct view of it. But let me show you what I have set up here for this. So this comes like so, like this. And then I can put my phone in here with the thermal imaging camera hooked to it. So I can put this in there, then we'll let that no, I don't want that. So now I can, bring in this circuit board here, and we can, test it for thermal signature and whatnot, and you guys can see what's going on the screen, and I can even, zoom in on the screen because I don't know how to do the screen capture with the phone. I could do a video and overlay it, but currently that's not what I'm doing. So this is the main view. Normally the overhead camera is lower so you don't see everything that's going on, but that is the arm for that. So that is the arm for that, and then sometimes I just put my phone in it when it's off to the side here, like so. I just clip my phone in there so I can do things. I have a keyboard on a keyboard tray off to the side. I used to be able to swing that up in front of the monitor. That there's two monitors, one there and one there. And I used to be able to swing that keyboard over and then type, but now I just put it on the bench. So, I'm trying to get more organized so I can be more efficient, because it seems like every time I try to do something, something's in the way and I got to reorganize something. And where the hot air station was, during the cool down of the hot air station, it was blowing on a bunch of cords and wires, and I did not like that. I was afraid that the hot air was going to damage those cords, so over there it's out of the way, and I can still come in here and apply hot air from either direction. A little harder from this direction, but it does reach. So, and of course the soldering iron will definitely reach. Come in here, solder, plenty of room on the soldering iron. And then I have my hot tweezers. I can put them over here under the bench, right down here. Under the bench is the power switch for the hot tweezers, and I can just heat them up and go clean them off. And I have the power switch in the thing. Right now they're heating up, and I had it set out so that you guys could see what it's heating up to, but I'll just let you know I have it currently Velcroed to the bottom here. Ran the power wire out of the way because it kept getting tangled in the fume extractor, and then I can just bring the fume extractor over and sit that up there like that. So then I got a one of the things with this Eden Star microscope. I can just bring it up here, and then I can turn it on. I can show you the screen this way, or I can switch to the big version. But one of the problems with this microscope is, like, you have it here, and you are doing with this small circuit board, it's not so bad. But if you try to put this in a board holder or anything, like, say I have this, let me turn the side webcam on. I have this this in a board holder here, and if I try to put this board holder on there and I try to do this components on the side, it falls off and rocks and things like that. So what I did was, I had a piece of plexiglass, but that was stupid because it gets hot. So I just took a ceramic tile and then put just a cloth, a flame retardant cloth on it, just to so I can wipe my flux off on it and stuff. I'm probably not going to keep the cloth on it. I may just stick with a bare tile. So, but then I have room for my tweezers on here, a Q-tip with cleaner and stuff. And then I have my little cleaner bottles here. My little cleaner, my flux remover, and my IPA. So, back over there, take that off. So I got it all set up. I got my little hotkey buttons there. So, and then I can just, move this scope out of this microscope back there. Push it out of the way. I can move it to the side over here if I need to get to any of my meters and stuff. And it seems to be working. I tested a few things on it. Over here, I have my component books, my sample component books from China. These are 1206 capacitors. I have all the different sizes. I have 1206, 402, 60, 3805s, and 0201s for, if I need to swap a component. Like, for example, I thought a capacitor was bad on this switchboard, and it turned out it was fine, but I replaced it anyways. This is my little practicing. The hot tweezers are a little weird. They seem to work, but I'm having issues getting them to work on an actual motherboard. It seems like when the pads are small and there's no ground plane and all that stuff, they seem to heat up quickly and do the job, but they don't seem to want to work when there is a ground plane involved on a larger circuit board. So I need to flush that out. And then up here, I have my 3 tubes of flux. I got some Amtech here that I got from Northridge Fix. It's alright. I like the Chip Quick SMD 291 better. I also have some really high rosin content. This is Kester RF 741 Tacky Flux. This stuff is like, I don't know if you can see that, but it is nasty orange. And this stuff stinks and it's thick. But if you have a lot of corrosion or something you need to get rid of, this stuff works fantastic. Then also in there I have my solder braid and things like that. And then I have up here, this out of the way, I have my little slot for my screws. I got all my screws lined up for the switch I currently have taken apart, all labeled so it can go back together. All that good stuff. So that is that just slides right there like so. There's a wire back there I gotta move so it doesn't stick out so far. Currently it sticks out about that far from the edge, and I don't like that, but there's a wire back there I think is going to knock my screws loose, so I have to position that wire in a different location so it doesn't interfere with my my screws in any way. So I'm not even quite sure what that wire goes to, but I will take care of that later. And I'm just, then up here I have my clippers and my solder hanging, my power supply leads. I got my cheapy meters if I'm testing current that's unknown and I don't want to damage one of my good meters. I have battery testing stuff. I got my oscilloscope probes, and then I have a USB dock, USB 2 3.0 with the blue, whatever the blue is, hooked up here that I have my camera plugged into, my keyboard dongle, and then I also have the electronic load plugged into it because I didn't have a USB long enough. And despite my computer having 4, 5, 6, 10 USB ports, I have 3 hubs plugged into it to get enough USB ports. I'm using all 6 ports in the back, and I'm using all 4 ports in the front, plus 4 ports on one dongle and 3 ports on another hub. So I have 2 open ports left, 3 open ports left. So out of all the USB hubs I have, so I have a lot of USB devices plugged into things. So, and then I have a USB 5-volt stable power bank that runs, like, charges my Loom cubes. It also uses for my power meter. It has a dedicated line right here that I can get fast charging with to charge, like, power banks and things like that. Then over here I have mounted right here I have 2 USB 5-volt lines that plug into that I can, plug in my microscope to power my microscope. I can plug in, whatever needs 5 volts USB. It's not like top-notch quality, but it does do the job. It is plugged into that well-regulated protected bank. I believe it's an Anchor bank that I tested and did a review on. I've been taking one apart, and it is very good quality, good separation on the board and all that stuff. So, and there's no transient voltage coming out on the USB ports. So it seems to be a stable 5 volts. It does have one of those quick charge ports. I have something plugged into it. I'm not sure what it is that's plugged into it, but I really don't use that feature on it. So if I want to use a quick charge function, I have a power bank here that can do output, I believe 24 volts, up to 24 volts in intervals of 5, 8, 9, 12, 15, 17, and 20, and maybe even 24. So, and it's got a USB-C, 2 USB outputs, and a DC 5mm 2.5 jack. So, and then down here underneath the bench, I have 2 of these boxalls here that I have components in. They're nowhere near full, but as I get components for different things, I label them and place them in there. And then I have another one that has just straight components in it. That is, this has got different ICs in it, some voltage regulators, some op amps, and things like that. Some switches, some trimmer pots, but as I have leftover parts and I'm gonna whittle down, I have some components of diodes and stuff. I'm gonna end up using these to sort them out so I can easily get to the stuff. This is gonna be for miscellaneous surface mount components. This is gonna be repair-based components like screws and stuff, and I plan on getting another 2 of them for surface mount, one for 1206 and 805, and one for the other resistors. So if I buy any bandoliers or reels of components, I have storage for them and stuff like that. That's about it. I have various other things laying around, but I'm trying to get rid of the stuff I have laying around and get it more organized so I can, get more stuff done efficiently and not have to keep fiddling around and reorganizing stuff. Plus, to try to give you guys a more overall better view of the situation. If I have the microscope on, which is not on at the moment, you can still get the side view camera here to see what's going on. Light's a little bright, but it's something. For some reason, I've tried this, but I can only get 3 video devices to work at one time on OBS. So if anybody knows how to get more than 3 video devices to work on OBS, let me know. Because if I just try to add another video capture device, I have the ability to use another capture device through HDMI, or USB, but it just doesn't. No matter what I do, it won't bring that one up on the screen. So if anybody knows how to fix that issue, leave a comment or send me an email. My email address is right there, engineeringscalemodels@gmail.com. Let me know, or Facebook or Twitter, if you guys know if you can do that or not. I'm not even sure that that's possible. But I currently have 3 video devices: the overhead camera, the web camera, and the microscope camera. And I do have another camera that I can hook up through HDMI, but it won't let me capture it. So I don't know what's going on with that. I can only seem to capture the 3 things. And then I was going to put a splitter in so I could have, the microscope and the DSLR on the splitter and another camera on the splitter, and then I could just switch between them. But then I couldn't, I could only have one of the 3. I couldn't have them all. I couldn't have 2 combinations of the same ones. So if anybody knows how to get 4 cameras, video capture devices on OBS, let me know. But that's going to do it, guys. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day.